Welcome everybody. Hello. Welcome to our Facebook Live class tonight. We're going to give it a few more minutes and just let a few people jump on before we get started. We're going to be talking tonight all on dryer sheets and the chemicals and toxins that are in your dryer sheets. And if you're using these, yes, there are dryer sheets. And the reason why my mom is wearing what she's wearing is because technically there are hazardous chemicals in your dryer sheets that will be causing many issues. And so we're going to be talking. Oh, hey, Rochelle. You can see you're online. This is my mom. So she's wearing what she's wearing because technically there are lots of hazardous chemicals in your dryer sheets that you should not be inhaling, having contact on your skin, because we'll be talking tonight exactly what they lead to, what kind of health concerns that you need to be aware of. So we're just going to give it about one more minute and then we'll get started here. We don't want to keep everybody too long because we all have busy lives. Hopefully y'all's Wednesday evening is going pretty well. I went to Walmart yesterday and literally walked down the laundry detergent aisle, and I was looking at all the dryer sheet boxes and all the different brands, and they all had these warnings on there like, do not ingest, keep away from toddlers. It literally said toddlers, keep away from toddlers, and it's just super toxic. You do not want your children or anybody in your household ever to have any contact with these. All right, you ready to get started, Mom?
Yes. That's just stuff that back in there, it already smells really bad, even like that.
It's pretty bad.
So you want to wait until somebody else comes on?
No, there's already like 3 people that are on.
Okay, so I'm going to toss that
Bye-bye.
in the corner. And I'm going to have to take this off, right, to be more identical so people know who I am. Let's get this off, and let's get this here out of the way. Okay.
Right. So, before we get started, we're just going to go ahead and say a quick disclosure that we are not medical professionals, so whatever we're saying tonight, just take with a grain of salt, even though we are pretty knowledgeable and pretty smart in what we do say. We just have to make these statements because we're not doctors. Basically, though, whatever we are presenting to you tonight is how we can help you have a toxic-free lifestyle and how you can use more toxic-free items while doing your laundry. So, welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight as we present to you the dangers of dryer sheets and why you need to stop using them. So, this is my mom.
I'm Ursula, and I am a fitness coach and wellness coach, and I've been doing this for roughly 10 years, teaching yoga, teaching fitness. So this is right along my alley, spreading the news, keeping people healthy, and in God's name, giving the people the knowledge to wake up, to take their health into their own hands. So the Bible says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. So tonight, we're giving you the knowledge so you can make right decisions.
Right. So you want to take this knowledge and actually utilize it and not just toss it out of the window. I'm Vanessa. I'm my mom's daughter, and I'm basically home right now. So we decided to do a Facebook Live because we both have lots of knowledgeable information that we would love to share with everybody. Maybe, hopefully, this will help some of y'all. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. So we're going to go over 6 chemicals that are in your dryer sheets. And before we get there, though, I'm going to just briefly do an introduction, just exactly what kind of fragrances and how exactly they do affect your overall body system. So according to the EWG, which is the Environmental Working Group, most dryer sheets get a D or F on the rating scale for overall cleanliness. That's huge. That should definitely never be in your laundry room. The amount of fragrance used in dryer sheets can be up to 10% of the contents of the product. In fact, many of these chemicals can also be found in air emissions from dryer vents. Thus, these chemicals are then linked to serious health problems. These chemicals linger on your clothing. They then go into your skin, and then when you sweat, your pores open, so those chemicals are now leaching into your pores, and your pores are open, so now you're going to have skin irritation and inflammation issues. Also, this increases your risk for getting breakouts. So think about it. You're literally exposing chemicals to your body day in and day out. It will affect your skin and possibly disrupt your body's hormonal balance. So hormonal acne is not just a coincidence. And my mom is super knowledgeable on hormonal imbalance. She's going to give us a little bit of her thoughts on that.
Okay, hormonal imbalance does not just affect older ladies or women in menopause. It affects young people. It affects children already. And in our days, it's getting worse and worse and worse. I actually remember times when I was a child, my mom taking the laundry out of the washing machine in a basket, walking outside onto the porch or onto the balcony and hanging out the laundry with clothespins to dry, air dry, out in the sunshine, out in the beautiful weather. And then especially like the bed sheets or your t-shirts, you got them back in and they smelled so good, like the outside air, fresh. And we gotten away from that. And that's why we see a lot of hormonal imbalances in young children or younger girls, particularly with heavier periods, delayed onset or irregular periods, cramps, heavy periods, migraines in young children, pimples already in young children, headaches and migraines are huge. And of course, it does not just affect kids and teens, it affects all of us. It affects us women. It messes up our hormones in childbearing years. It messes up our hormone systems when we get older because those chemicals disrupt the natural flow of your hormones. It was never meant to be for us to have all those hot flashes, those menopausal issues or PMS issues. This is a newfound thing over the last couple decades. It was never meant to be. And what do? Well, we add more medication to our lives and make matters worse.
Yeah, that's pretty much the bottom line to that. So dryer sheets are full of stuff that can be known and related to carcinogens, hazardous pollutants, central nervous damage, and endocrine disruptors, as well as your hormonal imbalance. This is huge. This is like so huge. So just think about this is what literally got me. The facilities that are manufacturing these dryer sheets. So basically, the people that are handling the chemicals that are in the dryer sheets, obviously they're handling them with bigger doses. But still, even when they're handling the chemicals that are in these dryer sheets, they have to use gloves, face masks, heavy jackets, and they have to make sure that there are absolutely no leakages anywhere. And that's exactly what my mom was wearing, to just give you all a visual of how serious this is and how serious we are not taking this. So if these people have to wear face masks and gloves while handling these chemicals to create a dryer sheet, even though the amount is so small, this is still scary stuff, y'all, and totally unnecessary to have in your home, and even more so on your skin. You do not need these harsh chemicals to make your clothes clean, or these harsh chemicals to, give your clothes a good scent. That is completely man-made and completely out of control. And my mom's going to go ahead and expound a little bit more on skin and just how that actually, the chemicals affect our skin.
There's a saying on the skin tone, on the surface of a person's skin, you can tell their health. Whether somebody has baggy eyes, really ashy, pale looking skin. I'm talking about without makeup, okay? Your pores are bigger. You're just looking not fresh and radiant. That tells a lot about the health of your body. And then, of course, premature wrinkling as well. I mean, we all have to get older, face it, but we can do that gracefully and in a healthy way. And so when we put a lot of chemicals into our body, onto our skin is huge. It's like a vent, drawing those chemicals you put on or the chemicals you inhaling, you coming in contact with into our body. Think about roughly the square footage we would have if you would stretch out and lay out our skin. It's actually much more than what goes into our mouth. I always knew for many years already that eating healthy and exercising is key. But I did not know until I came to Young Living and started learning more and more about how we have to protect ourselves from what we put on our skin, what we inhale, and what we wash our hair with, that has a huge effect, even more of an effect on our health and our wellness than actually just eating and exercising. It's another missing link, another missing puzzle piece to the whole picture.
Yeah, you can do everything really healthy, go to the gym, eat well, but if you're still washing clothes with chemicals or washing dishes with chemicals or using shampoo full of chemicals and toxins, you're doing it all wrong.
Yes.
Because those are leaching into your blood, and that's when you have issues.
And your liver
Kidneys,
overload,
organs, digestive system, everything.
And then, and you wonder why your body can function. Back to the hormones, those chemicals, they overload your endocrine, your glands. People wonder why they go to the gym, they're trying to eat right, they can't lose the belly fat in particular. It's because their hormones are disrupted because of all the chemicals they have in their lives.
And I actually did a hormonal class a few weeks ago, so if anybody's interested in that, just comment below and I will be more than glad to share that video with you. So there are a single fragrance in a product can contain a mixture of hundreds and hundreds of chemicals. And this goes for every single product, body care product, laundry, dish soap, anything. If it has fragrance in there, do not just think that fragrance is just fragrance. Fragrance is a hidden word of up to hundreds or thousands of other ingredients that you don't even know. And they are not required to be in there. And they can be super toxic and super hazardous for your health. So why is everybody using dryer sheets? There's 3 reasons. That's all it is. You want to eliminate your static in your clothes, a fabric softener to make your clothes softer, and for the smell. That's pretty much all the boils down to. And is that really necessary? Absolutely not. And can you do without it? Absolutely yes. So, those are the 3 reasons. And people want everything to smell a certain way, and there's this mentality that things have to have a certain scent in order to be clean. When I first went ahead and ditched and switched all my household products, I had this mentality, like, I would wash my clothes, I'm like, oh my gosh, my clothes don't smell good, like, maybe I need to rerun the cycle again, because they don't smell like anything. And it was just, I was brought up that way, and then you grow up in society, and that's what society teaches you. You have perfumes, and you have colognes, and all these other fragrances, candles, everything around you. And the deal with smells evoke emotionally charged memories. And as my mom was saying earlier, when she grew up with the fresh scented laundry hanging outside, and it's how that brings back a memory.
Oh, yes.
And so your olfactory system can trigger memories, and smells will take you back to the memory associated with that smell. And so there are certain things that I smell, even to this very day, that instantly bring me back to my childhood. It's so crazy how that works. So when you breathe and smell something, particles are interacting with your olfactory system, also known as your sense of smell. Those scents enter into your lungs when you inhale. Thus, smelling the fragrance on your clothes means the chemicals are on your clothes and now on your skin. Because the instant you put the shirt on, when it comes right out the dryer, you have chemicals on the shirt. Within seconds, like 3 seconds or something like that, it's like on your skin and it's in your pores, and then you go to the gym and go work out, your pores are open. And it goes into your pores.
Yes, the fibers, are trenched with the chemicals, and they lodge together, and then once you start sweating, it will be released, wherever, your glands are open, your lymph nodes. I mean, think about how many lymph nodes we have right around here under our underarm.
Right.
And so that is really, really bad if that goes into your skin and we are not aware of it.
Yeah, right. And many of these chemicals, this is shocking, but many of these chemicals that are in your dryer sheets and laundry products and whatnot are distilled from crude oil. That is the same way they get gasoline for your car. And that's what's being in your dryer sheets. And so now you want to go ahead and have your freshly washed clothes and go ahead and put them in the dryer and go ahead and stick another dryer sheet in there and then go ahead and, put it on your bed because that maybe it's your bed sheets, or put them on your kids, on yourself, and feel good about it. I don't know. Yeah. So scented laundry products have the ability to spill from your dryer and cause concern issues for health, such as respiratory issues, runny nose or allergies, asthma attacks, skin issues, migraines, as my mom was saying earlier, because that is a hormonal imbalance. And then you have gastrointestinal symptoms. And actually having digestive issues, you want to just tell a little bit the importance of a healthy gut and how that is for your overall health?
Yeah, your health starts in your gut. I mean, again, you can eat healthy, put all the good food in there, but if your gut is not healthy, the food will not be absorbed right. The nutrients will not be absorbed right. They will not be utilized in your system. Right. And it's like you have let's say you have like a little tank or whatever, and the tank is full, and you stuff all the good food in it, and it rises and rises and rises. But if the junk doesn't come out to your gut, right? God designed it that way that it will just pile up, but the gunk is still there. So we need to first cleanse ourselves, cleanse everything out, and then put the healthy good stuff into our system.
So that's when all the other issues, such as skin issues, hair issues, respiratory issues, that all links to it, because the junk can't come out.
Amen. Yes.
And this kind of goes in hand here. And there's just so much your body can take before your hormones get out of whack. Your endocrine system is like haywire. Your central nervous system is losing it. And all these other issues. It's a toxic overload. Your body's like, hold the phone. There's problems here. Please give me a break. But your body can't keep up. And so you keep on, putting lotions on, hairspray on, makeup on. And then dryer sheets, you're adding that to your clothes. And and the big deal isn't the amount that's in each dryer sheet, because it's probably a small amount each chemical, but instead it's the constant use of week after week. Or, if you live in my mom's house, there's a lot of people in this house constantly washing clothes every single day. Or I have a 2-year-old and almost 1-year-old, so constantly washing clothes every single day.
But you know what? You also smell it in the laundry room. Or the moment you open up your dryer door, you get like, woo! You get all the woof of all the chemicals in.
Totally.
The laundry rooms are usually small, so it sits there. Is there a window usually? No. A door, except the door you go in? No. So it will linger. It goes maybe in the carpet or into whatever. Usually we have our towels, fresh folded towels, sitting on a shelf in the laundry room. It stays there, and every time you go in there, you smell it. And even your pets gonna be affected by that.
Absolutely. So now we're going to go ahead and talk about each of the chemicals individually. So there's 6 that we're going to focus on tonight. And they're really big words, big chemical words. And so the way for us to make this not super chemistry and super sciencey was I decided to write them out on a piece of paper. My mom's going to hold them up for you, and I'm going to read them to you because we're not scientists or chemists here. So the first one is acetaldehyde. And basically acetaldehyde in large doses actually may cause death from respiratory paralysis. I mean, I'm talking like huge doses, but still, the small amount is in your dryer sheet. And why does it have to be in your dryer sheet? And you can see there's eye, skin, and respiratory irritation. It's a fake fragrance blend, and it's also a flammable liquid.
It's like what they say, read your labels when you shop for groceries. And if you can't read it, if you don't know what it means, don't eat it. And it's kind of like the same with what goes on your skin. It's in your perfumes or in your skincare, hair care. Like, by the way, yes, I did dye my hair, but that is henna. Totally natural.
Yeah, and so many of these chemicals actually that are in dryer sheets actually tend to be flammable, which is super scary. And that is why there's a warning on all the dryer sheet boxes saying, do not use on flammable clothing because it can actually resist them. So super scary. So number 2 is chloroform. And chloroform is hazardous to skin, eyes, and digestion. And it is actually used as a refrigerant freon. What the heck? And then you're going to go ahead and just, put that on your clothes because that's the right thing to do, I guess. No, it's not the right thing to do. You need to stop doing it because you're causing harm to your body and your health and your family. Number 3 is alpha terpineol. I hope I'm pronouncing these right.
That's why she's pronouncing them.
I don't know if these are right. I have no idea. This leads to serious... I'm just reading what's off the paper here because I've done a lot of research on this stuff. And any of y'all want to know where I got my sources from, let me know because I have really good backed up sources. So this leads to serious eye irritation in excessive amounts again, may lead to eye damage and skin irritation. So as you can see, they're all linked to skin irritation, respiratory issues, eye irritation because these chemicals are so hazardous and so harsh, and especially when you're putting them in the dryer, the clothes are going into your skin, and so it's leaching on your skin. So skin rashes, acne, dry skin, oily skin, all those are skin issues. Number 4. Is this number 4? Mm-hmm. Number 4 is ethyl acetate. Overexposure to ethyl acetate can irritate your nasal passages.
Ooh.
Maybe you got a little itchy itch in there, a little allergies, your
or plucked up, stuffed up, sinus pressure right
congestion,
here.
Throat, eyes, and can cause skin eruptions. That sounds super scary and super painful and not very attractive. Number 5 is dichlorobenzene. I'm pretty sure Sam's going to come on here later, correct me for all of these chemical pronunciations. But this is a chemical used in anti-static agents. So this is actually the chemical that causes your dryer sheets to not be staticky. So basically, this is the one right here, and there's like a whole bunch of science behind it. Something to do with like electrons and whatnot, but I'm not going to go into that because I don't want to bore you. But this is what this one does. But it is toxic. It is actually toxic to your skin, eyes, and throat. It literally says that in the EWG, which is the Environmental Working Group, and as well as your central nervous system, your liver, and your kidneys.
huge.
Yeah, and so just when you're putting these clothes on, your clothes are on your back, so if you're wearing super tight clothing, whatever, it's going into your adrenal, into your, your kidneys and your liver, your digestive system, like all this. And you think maybe we're crazy or over the top here.
We are.
Well, we are, but this is serious because even the small amounts, as I'm constantly saying, the small amounts, overuse and overuse, is going to lead to serious issues. And number 6 is benzyl acetate. In excessive concentrations, this chemical can be combustible, which means it can explode in room temperature. So exposure to this chemical can cause dizziness, drowsiness, confusion, red eyes, and dry skin. And it's crazy that it's still being used in laundry. Like, what the heck? Why would you use a chemical that can actually explode? That sounds super safe and let me go ahead and let my kids throw a dryer sheet in the dryer and then maybe the dryer is going to blow up. I don't know. That's probably extreme. But still, it's really crazy. So those are the 6 chemicals that we wanted to bring to you all tonight because they're in your dryer sheets. You're not going to find them on the back of your dryer box sheets. I've looked already. They're not going to be there because they're not required to be there. They're just going to say, do not ingest, which I'm glad they do say that.
Well, if that says that already, that is already
or
kind
do not
of like
inhale.
a hint.
Yeah, do not inhale. And the chemical, the companies and the manufacturers have to wear masks and whatnot when they're mixed with. So when they're making their dryer sheet and they're mixing these different chemicals in there, they have to wear these masks to be on the safe side.
Remember.
Yeah, that's just not cool. And so this is for some of you sciencey people. This is going to be just a really quick science lesson for you because you might see a dryer sheet box that will actually say VOC free. And so VOCs are volatile organic compounds. Basically, they are organic compounds that become vapor at room temperature. Not all VOCs are bad for your health. However, many essential oils can be VOCs. However, many synthetic fragrances contain harmful VOCs. The fragrances off the dryer sheet get absorbed into your clothes, and then you smell those fragrances, and when you open your dryer and take your clothes out. So you're instantly open your dryer, and you're looking in there for clothes, you're taking your clothes out, all those fumes and fragrances are immediately going into your nose, into your head.
Touch it.
Yeah, into your skin, whatever, and then you touch your kid, you touch your face, you touch your hair, whatever. And would you say hair loss is actually...
Oh my gosh, yes, hair loss again happens because of hormone disruptors, because your hormones are out of whack. The weight gain, the hair loss. Insomnia is another one. A lot of people look at the wrong places where all this comes from. If you would just look around yourself, educate yourself, what you are in touch with, what is going on in your environment, what you're putting on your body, you will get your answers. And by eliminating some of those things and getting more into the natural realm of doing things, you would eliminate that. I had insomnia many, many years ago, about now 7-8 years ago. And the doctors wanted to put me on all kind of medication and steroids. And I said, no. It took me 18 months by trial and error with natural products. And I wish I would have had my essential oils back then. And now I'm sleeping like a baby. And, excuse me, but I eliminated a lot of the toxins in my life. Like I said, it started already with my hair color, bleaching my hair. And that's why I'm doing the henna. And the henna smells like spinach, but it's also good for your hair, and nobody can tell that was henna I did my hair with. Or my skin lotions, anything from toothpaste, skin lotion, everything I do now, I try to be as natural, as pure as I can, and I can tell a huge difference in my mood. My mood is very balanced.
Yeah, and so chemicals will stress your body with unnecessary stressors. And when you're putting those chemicals day in and day out all over your body, because that's basically what you're doing. Like, nobody wants to go ahead and say, oh yeah, I'll volunteer to put some toxins all over my body. Nobody says that, but that's exactly what you're doing day in and day out.
Yes.
And so your body's going to have a really hard time to start fighting off sicknesses and whatnot. And so you're thinking you're getting like all this sickness and all these diseases and all these viruses, you're catching all this stuff, but that's just your body's way of responding and saying, hey, I am so overburdened here and so overloaded with all these toxins. I don't have enough immune support in me to fight it all off. So your body is really crying out to you, and with, hormonal issues and skin issues and respiratory issues and all this other gunk that's going on. And so now that you know this information, you are now going to knowingly stress your body with chemicals and toxins. So as my mom said at the beginning of this class, my people perish for lack of knowledge. And that's exactly what this means. So now that you know, you can't go back and keep doing what you're doing.
That's right.
And so all the time and effort that your body spends protecting you from harmful chemicals you expose yourself to is not time and energy that your body can spend to keep your hormones balanced, your colds away, fighting off viruses and infections, and keeping your endocrine and central nervous system above the wellness line.
Yeah. So how do we actually, what do we do, right? To make our laundry smell good and to get our laundry soft, okay? So I went to the store, and you cannot see it's the mirror.
Or you can order these on Amazon. I'm totally
sure. And Bath & Beyond has those. Comes in 3 natural organic dryer balls, and they automatically soften your laundry, so you can just toss 1 or 2 depending how big of a load you have in there. They're kind of smushy. They're almost like a tennis ball. But what we do, we use various different essential oils. Like, for example, here I have the lemon oil, and you can just put a few drops right there.
Smells amazing.
Smells so good.
So fresh.
Yeah, or lavender, or peppermint, anything, you name it. But again here, please use Young Living because they are pure. Otherwise, you're creating a monster in your dryer again.
Even more problems that we don't even want to get into, but way more problems. And actually, for any of the moms out there who have little kids, if you go ahead and throw a dryer ball in your dryer with like Gentle Baby or Peace and Calming or lavender or the calming essential oils, or anybody who has sleep issues or just wants a relaxing night, throw them in there with your bed sheets or blankets.
Yeah.
Good
and
night.
You know what? It smells also amazing.
Yeah.
So just throw it in there, 1 or 2 for 1 load. You can reuse them over and over again. I have them since the summer. This is still my first one. Actually, one is somewhere in my boys' laundry. So it's the only one, and this is a brand new one, what is still in there. It comes in 3. It is worth it. Another way of doing it, maybe just getting like a wash rack, make it a little moist, or a dish towel if you don't want to invest into this, and put the oils directly on it or on a sock, and just dump it in there, throw it in there. It's the health of your family,
Exactly.
you know. It's really important. Once your eyes are opened and your understanding is awakened, how can you not?
Right, exactly. And the big deal with all this stuff is that now you know, and now you need to make a change for your health and for your family's health. My deal is, I don't want my kids to grow up with all these toxins. And I'm still young, I'm 25, and so I nipped it in the butt like that. And so now that I have little kids, I don't want them to have deal with all these other issues that are now coming. You know, there's these new sicknesses that are now coming about because, you know, of all these chemicals and toxin overload. And I don't want my kids to grow up with that. And I know my mom can speak for herself on this, but she wants to age gracefully and not painfully.
Right, we're trying at least, right?
Yeah.
And I remember when I was my daughter's age, and somebody having cancer in our neighborhood was either super old people, I mean, I'm talking about 80 plus, and it was like, oh my gosh, cancer. You know, now
It's everywhere.
Everywhere.
All over the place.
Yeah, even little children, 6, 7 months old, leukemia, it's everywhere.
And it's not just coincidence. I mean, there are definitely underlying issues.
Yeah.
And it might be in your laundry room, it might be in your kitchen, it might be in your bathroom, it might be in your shower.
Yes, on your
Everywhere in
skin.
your house.
Scan your daily habits.
Yeah.
Get a sheet of paper out it and start writing down from the moment you wake up in the morning. What's the first thing you do?
That's good.
Right? The average woman puts roughly 80 chemicals before breakfast on her or in her body.
Yeah.
Brush your teeth, mouthwash. What are you washing your face with? If
Makeup.
you're taking a shower, well, shampoo,
Hairspray.
conditioner, body soap, when you shave, the soap you put on it to shave nice and smooth. This is just to name a few. And then we're putting the makeup on.
And then you get out of the shower and you dry yourself up with a towel that has been covered in chemicals from your laundry detergent, your dryer sheets. And then you put on clothes or your bathrobe and, you know.
Then you go to the gym and you say,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
It's all over the place. You're literally putting chemicals on yourself day in and day out. And as I like to say, a toxic family or toxic house equals a toxic family. It's the bottom line. So you're basically allowing these toxins to come into your home and saying, oh yeah, it's okay kids, it's okay family, whatever, here you go. That's because you're unknowingly doing this and now you need to educate yourself. So, we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up because it's going on 30 minutes and we don't want to take much of y'all's time anymore. So, please share this to your friends and family because knowledge is power, and it is super, super important that this word gets around, that everybody knows the alternatives and how to keep a healthier and toxic-free lifestyle.
Yes, comment below if you have any questions. Ask us below, maybe send some hearts, some thumbs up, whatever, that you were here tonight. We really appreciate that you took time out of your busy schedule to join Vanessa and me. And we ask that you will have wisdom from now on, that your eyes are opened to what's going on, and just look for us next week. There is more to come.
There's more to come. All right, y'all, have a good night, and thanks again for joining us.
Okay,
Bye.
God bless. Bye.